The Prime Minister focusing on a $1 billion deal today, supplying advanced military armoured vehicles to Germany. How important is that for our industry to maintain a capacity like this?
Well, it seems to be a very good news story, and we don't have all the details yet, but at first blush, a very good story for the government, very good story for Australian industry. And, you know, I'm not shy of criticising the Albanese government, so let me give them some praise where good news comes along. Like many analysts, I thought when Rheinmetall lost the deal to provide tracked armoured vehicles for Australia to Hanwha, the Korean company which are establishing a plant in Geelong, that would mean that this export deal, which had been announced previously, would fall through. I thought the Germans would pull out of Australia. Well, happily, I was completely wrong about that, and the operation in Queensland must be a good operation. It'd be interesting to see if there are any government incentives involved, because it seems to be that they're being made with German components. So it does seem to be strange to fly German components out to Australia, build the stuff here and fly it back to Germany. So we'll have to unravel all the details of this deal, but on its face, it looks terrific. Congratulations to the government, congratulations to Rheinmetall and to the facility in Queensland. If this goes ahead as it's being announced today, it's a very good thing for Australia and a very good thing for defence industry.
Finally, on the big international news over the Easter weekend and the dominating a lot of attention in the United States and elsewhere was that terrible collapse in Baltimore of the bridge. It's being read by some as a symptom of a broader issue in the United States, ageing infrastructure and so on. What's been your reaction to that story, which has obviously enormous economic implications in one of the biggest ports in the world?
Yeah, Kieran, so you know the United States well. The story of American infrastructure is unsatisfactory, but it's very varied. There are parts of America that have the most perfect infrastructure in the world, and where an industry is really on the up and making a lot of money, it tends to create its own infrastructure rolling along. But the political gridlock which has gripped America in recent years has really hurt the development of infrastructure. So you remember Donald Trump, he wanted to devote trillions of dollars to infrastructure, and he couldn't get anything through Congress, even when the Republicans controlled the Senate and the House of Representatives. And federal government-led infrastructure projects are getting killed by gridlock, and there are real patches of terribly undeveloped second-rate antique infrastructure in the United States, which local authorities typically need some federal government money, and it is just getting blocked by this terrible paralysis which is afflicting America. Nobody wants to allow the other side to claim credit for a good deal, and so this is. And Baltimore, Maryland, generally, it's a difficult state, not the happiest place in America to live. And one of the problems is that its infrastructure is very outdated. Hopefully, this will lead to an infusion of effort. That's certainly what Joe Biden has promised into Maryland. But you would hope that America would get to a more rational dispensation about infrastructure. But I have to be honest with you and say that looking at Biden versus Trump, all you see is more gridlock as far ahead as the eye can see.
Yeah, not inspiring. Greg, thanks as always, appreciate it.